Hello, what's up? How your mom and them? What the motherfuckers up to? Oh, there's my Black History Month video. Took some advice and did some research, even though I'm not in denial about anything at all. I have an immense amount of common sense and have the balls to use both to see reality for what it is and not what I want it to be. But to make it quick, give you the real quick gist of it. I was right about a few things. Couple things I was more right than I realized. There was one thing I was really wrong about. Well, let's say really wrong. Wrong, yeah, really wrong. No. And one I honestly I had no fucking idea to the extent, and I should have because that's my area. That's my shit, and I might as well start with that because that is my shit, and that's fucking music. Fucking hell. Um, don't like doing the audio shit. But anyway, yeah. Um, so music, motherfucker. Do you speak it? Shit. If you listen to fucking music, American music, I guess. Let me get technical in there. Um, damn sure bet that that fucking style more than likely originated from fucking slaves singing or chanting or whatever it's called while they were tortured in fields, dude. So, cadence? I don't know. But anyway, that's what gave birth to blues and jazz, if I'm not mistaken. The jazz, country, hip hop, R&B, all that shit came from blues. Damn sure wouldn't have the music we do today without black folks having a damn good hand in it, creating it, or having a major fucking influence in it. I just said that with a different word. But anyway, you don't believe that shit, you can go Google fucking Huddy William. Lead belly 2 words, lead belly 1 word, lead better. You'll learn some shit, I promise. You'll learn some fucking shit. Working backwards from the intro or the intro. um I thought Irish slaves were an actual thing in America, and no, I was wrong. The vast majority is what they fucking called indentured servants, and that's basically a motherfucker that owed a motherfucker. Motherfucker signed a contract offering themselves up to pay for the motherfucker. They got to negotiate some of the shit that was on the motherfucker. Amount of time, fucking what they would do, what they wouldn't do, etc. Uh, I guess once both sides agreed on the fucking terms, motherfuckers signed it and shit. And, well, most of the fucking indentured servants actually had a fucking certain skill set or whatever. Um, they they were definitely treated like shit, and some of them did fucking die, but you still can't and shouldn't let what they agreed on downplay what happened to actual slaves. Indentured servants were not fed to dogs. Most slaves spent their entire lives as slaves. Indentured servants who lived to the end of the contract received, depending on the contract, money, land, gun, horses, etc. A lot different than an actual fucking slave. That shit is fucked. But since we fucking came up to this little fucking portion, we might as well cover a few basics along with some not so basic things about fucking slavery. Some of which people try to use to downplay it. So here we go. Africa is a continent, not a country. It also used to be normal practice that When two factions would fight, the winning faction enslaved the surviving army and or the people they represented. Those slaves were sold, traded, and in our case, shipped to America. When they got here, they was resold to the highest bidder, with or without their families, which is, add on to the pile of fuck. If a slave had a baby, the baby was born a slave. If you try to run away, they chase you down. These psycho ass fucking dogs, mostly Cuban bloodhounds, which they also use to punish the slaves. Even fed slaves is a psychotic ass motherfucking animal. Thankfully, they're fucking extinct now. One thing that I think is kind of, I don't want to say the wrong word here, but I'll leave it at that. Kind of, slave owners' wives and daughters would fuck the slaves, the male slave, when they were like sexually frustrated and or bored or whatever the fuck. And if they were found out, like, like they fucking got pregnant or whatever, they would just say that the slave fucking raped them. So of course, in their minds, totally something fucking believable. So they really never really gotten into trouble. It's fucked up. If I guess they had a couple fucking options. They could do the abortion thing, commit infanticide. I don't know how to say that the right way. That's pretty much somebody killing a kid before they're one. Um, the baby and in some cases the mom would be sold into slavery. So I mean, there was options. They had options. Um, I'll actually throw in there that I was reading that some researchers are saying that they're thinking it's a form of sexual assault somehow, showing power through making the slaves fuck them. And I'm not talking about the white slave master and the black female slave, I guess. I'm talking more on the white slave master's wife and daughter, forcing the male slaves to fuck them. Somehow that's showing power through making the slaves fuck them. Honestly, I don't understand that part. I really don't. I'm not trying to downplay it by any means. I just don't understand it.
It's not hard to not downplay something. The Confederate flag, for example, isn't what most people think it is. It's actually a different flag altogether. Even the majority of the trash flying these flags actually think that that's what they're flying is Confederate flag, and it's not. But they try to downplay the symbolism that flag has on racism for other people and try to claim heritage over hate when they can't even identify, let alone fly the flag that actually represented the Confederacy. Not that that would make it any better by any means, but at least get your shit right when you attempt to spew shit from your mouth. Which brings me to a question I'd like to hear people's opinion about. Which flag is more racist? The fake Confederate flag or the actual Confederate flag? Most people can't recognize the actual Confederate flag, so even though it was created to represent certain things, it doesn't have the symbolism that the fake Confederate flag does. I think they're equally damaging since one was formed for it and the other unequivocally symbolizes the true definition of it.
Here's another thing for the people trying to downplay slavery by saying they're black slave owners. If you had the chance to buy your freedom, would you? Sorry, rhetorical question. After you buy your freedom, would you then attempt to buy the freedom of as many family and or friends and or people as possible? I'm sorry, another rhetorical question. So shut the fuck up. Another thing, I thought they were all your slaves. I never thought there was enough to actually bring up in any type of race conversation because even with the slim numbers, it still wouldn't be morally acceptable to downplay what happened to actual slaves. The Irish slaves were called indentured servants. They had negotiations, signed contracts, all that fucking shit. Most were skilled laborers and had set skills. Seamstress. I don't know if that's uh, a trade skill anymore or not, or if it was then. Um, so what just like a fucking Joe off the goddamn corner. No, it was fucking mostly fucking carpenter, fucking bricklayer, fucking stonemason, fucking seamstress, blacksmith, shit like that. So they were guaranteed set items at the end of their contract. I mean, that's just fucking that's just crazy. Definitely not a slave. Now, I also knew after a long time that black people had a huge impact on music. I had no fucking idea to the extent of it. I'm actually blown the fuck away about it. And I learned that Elvis isn't the real king of rock and roll. It's Chuck Berry, motherfucker. Damn. Anyway, I'm rambling on. I'm going in this. I gotta get the fucking. I gotta put this on the fucking video. I don't know how to do that shit yet. I will add though that there's motherfuckers plan on saying something negative about the motherfucking video. I'll expect you to do about a month's worth of research before you open your cocksucker and try to downplay slavery in America. I got also have some links in the description. Um, and while I'm at it, fuck it, don't forget to like it or hate it. If I can subscribe or run off crying like a bitch and have fun. Don't hurt anybody unless you got to. Peace, motherfuckers. Bye.